Hello, everyone. I am happy to see you again. Today is Friday, but I think you'll see this on Saturday. So, what I'm going to do today, first of all, welcome everyone to my channel. Those of you that are subscribed and those of you that are brand new and future subscribers and friends. I would love to if everybody hit the like and made a comment, but I know we lead busy lives, and if you have time, that would be great. So, what I'm doing today is part of my preparation. She's staring at me. What is it? What is it, Joy? Anyway, is in preparation for Thanksgiving. My plan is to have as much done as I can. So, to that end, I have here a great big turkey leg. I had never bought a turkey leg, and it had been in my freezer for probably 6 months. And these are actually turkey fannies. They're called turkey tails. Never have bought these either before, but they've been in my deep freeze for almost a year. So you know what I'm going to do with these two things is make my broth that I will use for preparing the, partly preparing the Thanksgiving dinner. I'm going to use some of it for gravy, and I'm going to use some of it for the liquid that I add to my stuffing, because I make homemade stuffing at Thanksgiving. I'm not saying I make it every time we have stuffing. I don't. I'm very fond of the box. But Thanksgiving, Christmas, we have the real deal. So I'm going to take the turkey tails and this, and first thing I'm going to do is roast them. So I took my olive oil, and I put some all over this, and it's the non-stick foil, so no good bits will stick to it. Before I put my turkey, these anyway, not the big leg, but these, I'm going to stick them in a Ziploc baggie and coat them a little bit with some oil and also some spices. Spices, more like herbs, I guess. You know, you'll see. I'll show you. After they get a nice crisp on them and they're more flavorful, I think, after they get a crisp on them, I'm going to pop up my Instant Pot here to the counter, and I'm going to Instant Pot these done. And the broth that comes from this is going to be, or the liquid is going to be what I use for my broth, as my broth. There'll be carrots and onions and celery and, all that good stuff, garlic. So get ready, here she comes. All right, so I have my oil, my olive oil, same one that I used over here for the pan, into the bag, and I rolled the corners down so I could get to it without getting the sides. I just put in here poultry seasoning, onion. This had just a little bit left in it, so I poured what was left in it. So now I can get rid of this, and I have just one instead of two. I used some Himalayan salt, some black pepper. Does anybody else watch The Gaming Foodie? She's the sweetest young mom, and she makes the bestest food. I wish she was my neighbor. I would pay her to give me dishes. Anyway, she always says about pepper, she goes, I probably won't say it right, blackety, peppity, peppity, blackety, or something like that. Whenever I am going to get my pepper out, I hear her saying that in my head. Blackety, pepperty. Okay. So that's that. I'm going to go ahead and smush this all together like this and get some of that good coating of herbs all over it. Oh, these two are going to go into the Instant Pot for the actual broth, and more salt and more pepper and blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to set these out, and then I'm going to open up that turkey leg and get to that next. There we go. It's out of the case, and it didn't say it on here, but I think this is smoked from the looks of it. Not that you would eat it maybe, but that it does have some smoke in it. But I'm going to score it here and there to let some of the goodness escape as it roasts. I'm going to take whatever fat is left in this foil here, and I'm going to pour it into the Instant Pot with this, so that we don't lose any of that goodness. So, I don't think I explained the reason I do this. So, and this is the first time I've ever done it. For the last, I've been married a long, long, long time. Anyway, I was married to my first husband for 20 years to the day, and I've been married to my present soulmate for 25 and a half years. So, long time that I've been making Thanksgiving dinners. What was I going to say? Oh, the reason I'm doing this is because typically I make the broth by soaking the gizzard and the liver and the neck and all of that from the actual inside of the turkey, and making a broth with that on the stovetop in a pot for like 3-4 hours, you know. And I just thought, every year I think, I wish that was done. I would rather be making pies, doing some deep cleaning here and there, you know, things that you want it because you can have company or whatever. So this year, that broth is going into containers, which I will show you, into the freezer. And I maybe even won't use all of it, but it'll be there for the next time I need some broth. And there you have that reason. So there you have it. Okay, these are all on board. I think I will put a little cover over the top, just loosely, because I want them to roast and really deepen that flavor. I'm going to show you this. It's just loosely covered. Got the timer on for 45 minutes at 425. Doesn't need to be all the way done, but I do want it crisped up some. And they're out of the oven. They're beautifully roasted. That's just going to do more to enhance and darken and deepen the flavor of the broth. I'm going to let these cool down probably all the way. And then I'm going to chop all the vegetables and get this Instant Pot up here. I'd like to get this all packaged up and in the refrigerator for the night before I go to bed. And it's 5:15. Okay, I'm washing, chopping, peeling, that kind of thing. I'm not going to obviously peel the celery. I'm just going to probably wash them and then pop them in half. And then I've got to peel and chop up, not little, but you know, in a few chunks, this leftover onion that I use to make tuna fish sandwiches for the kids' lunch. I packed one of the guys' lunches. Anyway, I'm going to add to it garlic, the herbs I already talked about, and a glug of this, and it's just chicken bouillon. My favorite chicken bouillon. I put a little thing in the bottom of here so that nothing touches the bottom and gives me a burn notice. You know how they are. If you have one, you know. I mean, an Instant Pot. Okay, I've got the carrots are already in. I've got celery and onions washed and chopped, so I'm going to put them in. I can pull that silicone thing out when the handles, I can pull them up. Okay, so before I put the turkey in, I'm going to put in some, I think I already said this, bouillon, garlic, black pepper, bay leaf, parsley, and poultry seasoning, just to add to the beauty of it all. Get her done. The only thing I didn't put in here was salt. I think I put plenty when I started it. With the chicken. I did it again. Turkey. Anyway, I'm going to taste it after it's all done and decide at that point, does it need more salt or not? And, you know, I can always salt it the day I use it, you know, Thanksgiving. Anyway, I have to confess. You know, I said I'd never had, what do they call them? Turkey tails. Turkey tails. Turkey Fanny just wants to come out. Here's a pin feather still in this one. Nope, it's not. Anyway, there was a little one right here. It looked like a runt. It looked lonely, and so I tasted it because I had to know, why do people like these? Oh my. I'm going to get them again and serve them as just the meat. I can't imagine how good they would be too if in the summertime if you barbecued them. They really are all that. And they're not expensive, obviously. They're just the tail. But the flavor on the meat that's on it, it's like a wing, you know? There's not a lot of meat, but it's so good. Okay, so I'm going to put the meat in. I got all the turkey in there, but it wasn't without a fight. So first I got all of the turkey tails in, and no problem. All the vegetables, obviously, no problem. Well, then this bad boy right here said, he was too tall. Not sideways, not up and down was that going in, so I just had to cut the meat off of it. And I hate losing that bone. I did try to crack it in half. It is very strong. So if I had a bigger pot, I'd fit it in there, but I don't. So anyway, I'm going to get this started so I can get it done, get it cooled, get the fat taken off the top, and then strain it and put it in containers. Okay, she's in there. 45 minutes is how long it's going to go, and I'll check and see if it's good then. It says it's on normal pressure. This did its thing in the pressure cooker. I did it 45 minutes. I took the big chunks out, you know, like this. And then I strained what was left through here just to get any bits of bone or anything that might be in there. And this is what I got, 2 big bowls. I'm waiting for it to cool enough, and it is solid hot right now, I'm telling you. I should take its temperature to see. Well, I can't find what I did with my thermometer that I checked the temperature on meat and stuff. Oh, I see it. It's right where I usually put it. Okay, 81. Let's put it in here and see what happens. Is that all? I thought it'd be a lot hotter than that. Whoa. All right, between 150, well, there's a 160, 160, 161. Okay, so it'll be a while, and I'll show you what I'll put it in. Dishes in the dishwasher, so all of that mess has been washed up except for, yeah, there's a bag of solids that I took out that I'm not going to keep or anything, and somebody else has plans for it. I don't ask questions. So here is the end of my video and the end of my story, and it's not a good one. I don't know what I was thinking. Last night I took this container of broth that was screaming hot and a smaller one that's just like it. The smaller one cooled off pretty quickly. I brought it in the house and I put it into the containers that I made. I'll show you those. Anyway, that was at midnight. When I woke up at 2 a.m., I noticed through the kitchen window, because I checked, this was open. Something in the night. What was I thinking? I live in a forest. Something in the night got up, and they got into this, and I just, hush, they're upset that I'm outside. Anyway, it got into this. I don't know what it was. It could have been mice. It could have been something nocturnal. It could have been a coyote, but I don't think it was a coyote. Whatever it was, I don't know if you can tell, but it happy pooped all over this white chair right here. So I think it sat here and sort of squirted that way as it must have licked. I'm so upset. I worked hours on this. I really did. Anyway, maybe it's a sign. The Lord was telling me, you don't want that broth. There's something wrong with that broth. Don't put it in for your family. That's what I'm choosing to believe, because I worked on it yesterday for probably, well, hours. Just hours. And that concludes my kitchen problems for the day, and I hope to go on and have a much, much better day. I'm going to look at this like, no harm, no foul. We're all going to be okay. And so are you. I hope you have a great day. There'll be a picture of all the lovingly made containers. Oh, I did get one container. I'll show you that too. Why would you put it outside, you may ask? The reason I put it outside is because my refrigerator is full. I didn't have any room for it in the house. I couldn't get down to the shop because it was late. It was icy outside, frosty icy, and it was scary, dark out there to get to that. Anyway, so I put it outside knowing it was going to be so cold it would be better than the refrigerator. Anyway, here's the one I got, and it's, here's the fat on the top is a little, you can see it a little bit, I think. And so that's what I was going to do with all of these, and before I went to bed, I put all of the little labels on it, and I got it lovingly ready. Sometimes you just have to laugh, okay? Have a wonderful Saturday, everybody. Bye-bye.